Should Koeman move to a 3-6-1 formation to make better use of midfield talents? Welcome to Crazy Barca Talks. Crazy Talks, Crazy Cool. How many of you have actually taken a good look at the Barcelona squad? How many midfielders have we got in the squad? There's almost 10 of them there. Just think. 10 fighting for how many positions? Okay, let's count. We got Busquets, Pjanic, Rafinha, Coutinho, Dion, Alena, Oriol Busquets, Pedri, and then we have the kids, Ricky Puig and Monchi. We have been hearing stories of us going to sell the likes of Monchi, Oriol Busquets, Rafinha, and even Alena. Right now the Alena case is quite confusing because the latest report says that Koeman likes his work rate, he likes the profile of the player and want to keep him and use him. But going by this current Barcelona board and management, we are not good in buying any players nor in offloading any. So they all may remain at Barcelona. Think, Luis Suarez is still remaining as a Barcelona player. In normal situations, having 5 to 7 midfielders is not a bad option. But are these normal times at Barcelona? How many positions are up for grabs for these 10 players in Koeman's Barcelona? That's a big question. One thing which is clear now is that Koeman will be using a 4-2-3-1 formation. That formation needs 2 central defenders, 2 fullbacks, 2 wingers, 1 advanced midfielders, 1 striker and 2 midfielders who will play the double pivot. Let's omit the advanced midfielder role because that is earmarked for one guy and that is Lionel Messi. So in effect, we have 10 midfielders fighting for 2 midfield positions. There is an argument that we can use these players on the wings, but then the likes of Fati, Dembele, Trincao, and even our fullbacks, Alba and Semedo, can be used there and are better suited there. Now, if Suarez remains at Barcelona and gets into the plans of Koeman, which could be very likely because of its linking up with Messi, we may have a scenario where even Griezmann is going to fight for a place on the wings. So technically, what should be the ideal formation Koeman should be using at Barcelona? If you look at the squad depth of Barcelona, one have to admit that it would be a folly if Koeman insists on using 4-2-3-1 formation in Barcelona. That formation does not help Ricky Puig to emerge as the main player or the main starter in the team. That is criminal in my view because he has shown so much talent and he is the next star who is ready to break out. It also does not allow the likes of Fati, Dembele and Trincao to be used together. It could be one of them from those 3 or maximum 2 of them, those 3, because they all have overlapping roles. Above all, that formation exposes us to danger considering the quality of fullbacks we have got. But what we have learned, Koeman prefers using Semedo and Firpo as fullbacks. Just imagining that possibility itself causes you to tremble with fear. Semedo is good in going forward, decent up front, but in defense he does not cover, he has no positional sense, and most importantly, never tracks back. And that becomes lethal in all the counters. On the other side, Alba is a better choice, but then he is also on his way down. His performance has been going down season by season. The replacement Firpo does not inspire any confidence. If Semedo was good in going, at least good in going forward, this guy is not even good in that. It's a far cry from a player we bought, seeing what he have done at Real Betis. So at this moment in a 4-2-3-1, the both wings are open for attack. It's up to the likes of Alphonso Davies or that quality of players to just rip them apart. Will a 3-man defense help Barcelona? In contrast to what we have discussed, the 4-2-3-1 formation, a 3-man defense looks surely to help Barcelona. The 3 central defender combinations appear solid and gives us a bit more cover. A packed midfield helps us to dominate the position and also help us in the high pressing game we usually like, and that too with the high line of defense. It also allows for quick transition from defense to attack and vice versa. Just imagine what Dembele's pace could do on a quick transition on counter. It also allows Messi to drop deep, just enough to interlink with the midfield, but still not that deep so that he cannot act as the striker or the best goal scorer we have. In recent times, Barcelona have struggled against oppositions who have packed the midfield. this three-man formation should solve it. It also calms us heavily because we don't have to see Semedo and Firpo being in charge of protecting both the flanks. That's extremely calming because let's be honest, they simply can't defend. Which formation will you use? A 3-4-3, 3-5-2 or a 3-6-1? Now comes the big question. Which formation should Koeman employ at Barcelona? Let's take a look at each of them separately. Let's start with the natural one, 3-4-3. If 3-4-3 is a very balanced formation as it has a nice balance between defense and offense, the biggest benefit for Barcelona is it is not that unfamiliar to them. It is more similar to the 1-4-3-3 we've been using all these years. But then that's a big problem also because it could easily revert back to 4-3-3 and we could see all the problems we are facing right now with 4-3-3 popping right back in. Another issue personally for me is where will I use Messi in this formation? The natural position will be to use on the right, but then we have Trincao, Dembele, whose profile suits better there or who will be put to better use there. So another option is moving Messi to a false 9. Then we have another problem, right? Griezmann and Suarez, and we don't know. I mean, so that's open for interpretation in that sense. Second formation is the 3-5-2 formation. We usually see a lot of variations of this. We can see a version with a single pivot or a double pivot. We can see a version which is a compact midfield or a wide midfield. In all these variations, we will have Messi and Griezmann or Suarez up front as striker combination. Maybe it is Messi and Fati also. That's an interesting combination which will come. Who knows? But the problem with this is that Messi could be way up front in organizing the play. That is the biggest problem with this. Lastly, we come to the third formation, the 3-6-1 formation. For me, this is my personal favorite, and I would prefer this above the 3-5-2 because the way I can use Messi. This formation will have Messi lying behind the striker in the midfield. I love that positioning because it allows him to link easily with the midfield, allows him to switch the play to the flanks, and also his ultimate weapon to arrive late into the box, receiving the pass from each flanks. Now that allows me to use Messi as a creative midfielder and also as a striker. That's an optimal use of this guy. Any variation of this formation also will allow Ricky Puig to come into play. He will enjoy a prominent role, an advanced role in this formation, and there could be a chance that Trincao and Messi could easily link in this formation. Then that should help Fati also. So that the new core of the team could link better in this formation. The midfield will remain packed, allowing us to press high. Also remains close to each other, which is extremely necessary if you want to play a high pressing game. Normally a 3-6-1 formation is considered a defensive setup, but then that depends who is using it and kind of players playing in it. If it's a Simeone team, then it's definitely a defensive formation, but with this Barcelona side, a 3-6-1 will be an ultra offensive formation because the players we have got. That's all for this video. Do let me know about your views and comments about the video. If you have any suggestions, please do let me know. If you like the video, don't forget to like. Please do subscribe to the channel for more content and discussion. Thank you.